Welcome back. 2 more series to go here. The final day of Division B before we head off to CWL Anaheim. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless Study and Pac-Man. And again, a reminder, playoffs in Miami. It's going to be an excellent time. Team passes are available. Get them. We want to come out and see you. Team passes are all sold out for Anaheim, so we want to see them sold out for Miami. Again, I think it's about those top 16 Game Fuel open bracket teams will get to go to champs if they place there in Miami. So good incentive to go out and see what happens. But we got to talk about our next teams coming up. That is going to be eUnited and Heretics. eUnited sitting at the very top of Division B, and Heretics sitting, I think, in 3rd right now. So definitely going to be a good matchup. But let's focus on eUnited, because you can see it there. They want that flawless record so that they can match up with Optic in Division A at Nameless, who also got that flawless record. Do you think they can do it?
I absolutely think they can do it. They're going up against Heretics. You know, Heretics have been pretty solid at hardpoint. eUnited is a different beast, though. Remember, Heretics is just still trying to figure themselves out. They're trying to get back to what they were a couple months ago, right? Like, they're trying to get back to that form. eUnited has ascended into a new form, and they're now a championship caliber team. They've ascended to that top 1% of teams. They're trying to be a team that can take home a championship, and I think they're in that spot. I think they're one of the favorites, if not, you know, top 2 favorite going into the tournament. So I don't think Heretics stand much of a chance going into this match. I think everybody in eUnited is just on another level at this point in time.
Yeah, eUnited are just clicking on all cylinders right now. But Pristini, he's just been a different kind of beast.
He's been excellent.
Week. All his stats are just unbelievable throughout this week. For the last 2 days, he has led his team in adjusted KD. He has a 1.39 in that series yesterday. Remember, that was one of the players that we were just saying. It was him and Clay that just needed to step up, and he's been putting on this performance. That's what's going to make this team so scary if he's able to continue this wrath.
This is one of those matches that's stylistically difficult, right? So
yeah.
they're the best team, S&D KD.
Yep.
But they're going against the best Surge team. It's going to be hard to win. This week, they've been winning 2 hard points and that last Search and Destroy. That was their eUnited for winning. They're not beating the United in both hard points. No. It's not going to happen. And then you also have to take S&D from this team. It's just, this is an extremely uphill battle, no matter how good these guys are playing. Like, Metals has been having a fantastic split. I just don't see it being enough against them.
I just like there's no match for Simp. Like, they're not gonna be able to do anything. Like, he's gonna jump on the map, snap his fingers, and they're gonna be done. Like, he's too good right now, and he's been pretty consistent as well. Like, I don't think he was gonna be able to keep up what he did at the last tournament.
Yeah.
He's been having some outstanding performances, and this is with players on his team stepping up as well. This is with Clacer stepping up in S&D. This is with Pristini stepping up as a Maddox. Like, Simp is still going off, and that's a unique player right there to have on your team.
So, Study, then my question is, do you think for Heretics to win, it's going to be less about Heretics playing their heart out and more about maybe some players on eUnited having a bad day?
I don't think Heretics are going to stand a chance in this series. eUnited want to go 7-0. They want to end these 2 weeks flawlessly. They want to be able to go into Anaheim with the utmost confidence. You win 7-0, just like Optic Gaming, you got to be feeling on top of the world. I don't think they're playing frequency, gridlock, frequency, gridlock, frequency. You're asking me if Methods is sick yesterday, he had a 0.5 in the series. He's going up against one of the best SOG duos between Simp and
the best
in this series.
Yeah, that's not going to fall.
And the maps that they're playing are just going to be so close range. I just don't see how they're able to keep up with the slaying power on the side of you.
So the way Heretics win this series, right? They win 1 hard point, they win 1 S&D, and then they're going to have to capitalize in that control, because they're not going to win 2 of those versus this team, versus United, right? They're not going to beat them in both hard points, not going to beat them in both searches. So they have to capitalize on that control, because that's been a game mode where eUnited has semi-struggled in the past, right? They've gotten better at it recently, but they still have semi-struggled, and we know Heretics hasn't been that great. So if they can miraculously pull out that control, they have a chance in this series.
On that side, though, if Heretics do win this one going into Anaheim, I really feel like we'll see an even better performance than we did at all from them so far this year. That's a tough ask, right, to ask them to go ahead and do that, but this is one of those matches that can really give your team confidence, that you really know we're one of the best teams in the world. We can compete with them if you can win this match today.
Yeah, and I believe if they do win, that will secure their 3rd in the pool. But regardless of that, they'll be in that top 4, Nameless. And that's got to be good for them. Even if they lose to EU, that's got to be a good thing.
Absolutely. I mean, they're in a good spot right now. They're just trying to get a better place than they did the last one going into the next tournament. But right now, I think this match is going to be the biggest indicator of where Heretics stands. Because last week they had some role swaps, and you know, we didn't know how to accurately judge them because they were just changing the roles up. And now they switched back. They win a couple matches. They got better at hardpoint. And now they've had a full week to get back into the Heretics form that they were in the bracket brackets at the last couple of majors. So in this match, I'm looking for them to be that Heretics team that we know and love that started off the season in first place. We'll see how they do here against one of the Titans in Call of Duty.
Pac, do you think it might be something where you need to see if Heretics can overcome the bad vibes that start to eat at them, the lack of passion when they start to lose and continue on? Even if eUnited, which they probably will, beat them, do you think that part of Heretics' growth will have to do with overcoming kind of the bad vibes we've heard them talk about when they start to lose?
I think overcoming those bad vibes is going to have to be something that happens after they actually lose the match.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the match, I don't think that really plays much of a factor. It's just after the match is over, when you go back with your team and talk, that's when the bad vibes come out, because you don't want to listen to your teammates after you lose a lot of the time. You just don't want to talk about it when the vibes are bad. When you're a good team and the vibes are solid and you lose, you guys can get together and talk about it. Like we saw 100 Thieves earlier this week. They lost, but they're a good team. They're feeling pretty good about themselves.
Worried.
They weren't mad at each other or nothing. They're like, okay, let's fix this. Bad vibes come after the loss, not during the match. Yeah, if they lose, they're going to have to fix that, but I don't think losing to eUnited is one of those matches where the bad vibes take over, because eUnited's the favorite in this match. It's when last week when they were losing to teams that they were expected to beat, that's when the bad vibes come in, because you're just wondering, how the hell are we losing to these guys that we're better than? They don't think they're better than.
Heretics have been good about that. They've had a lot of turmoil this season, right? Like they've had highs and lows, peaks and valleys. They've not been good, and then miraculously they just get back on form. So clearly they have some sort of procedure that they go through whenever they're losing to get over that hump and get together and fix it. So I wouldn't worry too much about bad vibes on the side of Heretics. They seem to get out of it.
All right, well, we're ready to get into it. Series 3, only one more after this, but we are going to hand it over now to Mark and Maven.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is interesting because for eUnited, I feel like it's good all around. You feel great. You've been performing so strong. You're one of the favorites, if not maybe some people considering you the favorite, because you've looked the better team as of late. But for Heretics, yeah, I think it is kind of a two-edged sword. And Katie kind of asked the question, like, because you had such a strong start in your first couple of weeks and nice crossplay, you put yourself in a good position. But you've looked very beatable as of late. But due to what? Elevate falling off, due to Envy falling off, like you're sitting pretty comfortably in the top 4. So in the scheme of things for the Pro League, you feel pretty good. But heading into Anaheim, yeah, exactly. It's like we're eUnited on one side of like won and like earned their spot. Like Heretics have had to be blessed a little bit by some teams falling off in the bottom 4, but you're still in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are. I think they're in a very solid spot, and who knows what they're going to show us. I think we know that they have the individual talent to beat a top team, and they've shown it at open events. They can go the distance. It's just, I don't know, it almost feels like we know the ceiling, right? We sort of know the ceiling. That's when we've been discussing sort of, are they going to make a roster change, right? Because I feel like we know what we're going to get from this roster based on what we've seen this year. Top 6 is a great place.
I think it's good, yeah.
I think that's a great placing for them. I don't know if they can go much further than that. Maybe they can sneak into a top 4 at one point, but it's going to be tough. It would have to be a showing where they hit like their highest levels. So I don't know. They're in a weird position because they're in a good spot, absolutely. But you obviously want to win, right? You want to make a run for a title.
And I'm curious what it's going to be like for them, because talking to the guys, I think it was Sucre that I was speaking to about how tough it's been for them when they head back to Spain with regards to scrims and stuff. But I believe he told me that with the small window between now and Anaheim, they're going to be staying here before Anaheim. So they might be getting some of their better scrims leading into an event that they've had in the past. And I think that's how you kind of have to view this final league match here as well. And that's why I think it's a big deal for them, like not to win the series. That might be too tall in order. But to get this to a Game 4, to get this to a Game 5, to prove that they can contend, just maybe get some morale heading into scrims before the event.
Yeah, it's a confidence booster, right? To say, hey, we hung around with one of the best teams in the game right now, because that's what eUnited is. They absolutely are. I mean, just the form that they're in. I mean, if they win this, they're 7-0, right? So the only other team to do that has been Optics this year. It's tough to do. There's a lot of good teams in this league, and to be perfect over 2 weeks is not an easy feat whatsoever.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sometimes forget at home because we don't push it a lot, but the winning team in these Pro League matches gets $2,500 per win, so it's $500 a player you get from the wins. And Clay tweeted last night, he's like, starting to add up. Yeah. They've been winning all these matches, just some extra cash in their pockets to pay some bills. So it's definitely been coming to fruition here for eUnited within the Pro League. For Heretics, a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. You've seen two sides to this team. These are the maps. You heard Studdy talking about it, back and forth between Frequency and Gridlock. And do you agree with Studdy's kind of evaluation of this? Like, with these maps, it's going to be really hard to match up against that SOG duo on eUnited.
I think it's tough for anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what it is. I would say, I guess, the one thing maybe for Heretics is we've seen them play very aggressive and explosive to keep up with the speed that eUnited can. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just one of the tallest orders that we have in the CWL right now is to play with a BZ and Simp, to play at a similar level. Are they going to slow down? Are they going to have a bad map? It feels like they very rarely do.
Let's see who's left after the mayhem at Elevator. It's going to be Rastini that's able to pick up 2. He'll still be there working together with the BZ as they get the opening break. Now spawning out orange side, Heretics as they try to fight back in. Already building towards streaks, or a couple players on the eUnited end between a BZ and Pristini. BZ is going to fall. Now we'll see what Clayster can do as he tries to push back in. They're trying to fight for the time and also fight for pushing through spawns to the next base.
That's great for Heretics to at least be able to fight in and contest this time, because typically what we see is that team who wins that first break off, hold it for 30 to 40 seconds. The other team already has to, think about this second hill. Now we are seeing Heretics trying to lock down the back. That's Methods, nice shots out of him, but Pristini almost got that second player, but Metals is there to find 2 to help them win this rotation. So a good job, and now you can see eUnited. They're still flooding through this elevator side.
One player spawns on the way out. That's going to be Method Sick. He might have a chance to get a nice timing on the players funneling in through lobby. We'll switch to his POV, and that's exactly what he's going to get. Able to disrupt the push, then his teammate picks up the kill as they turn back to focus on mid-map. Still 3 in the kill feed for eUnited, but it's not enough to get it done as a BZ falls. Heretics hold the first wave with 40 seconds remaining, and Methods trying to push out for more information.
Yeah, a little help, right, with that spawn and just sort of a free pinch where he's able to find 1 kill. I like the way he played his life, and then, well, his team was able to hold on to those back spawns. Journey now, he's able to find 2, but a nice start for Methods. He's 7-4, playing at a very high level as Heretics going to take a 15-point lead. And that lead will grow, and now you have eUnited starting to spawn in the back, the rest of them on the opposite side, but you can already see Lucky, number 5, trying to work those spawns.
I know we've talked about it at length over the last couple of matches for United, but Rastini has been in just incredible form, and he started out 10-4, seems to be picking up right where he left off. Lucky does get a pick in the back. That's going to open up the spawns for them, as that's going to be Sukri spawning in the back with him. Journey still working on these streaks. He's only got 15 left in the clip. Through the objective time, able to pick up the lightning strike. Now, what else can he locate? I thought for a second he might be able to clean up the kill, but Lucky's able to finish it. There's the Hellstorm. He's gotten everything and still gets a kill through the cluster.
And it was interesting as well, because I think it was yesterday, Pristini just had some tweets where it's like, I really do appreciate all the love, but I'm not doing the hard things. My teammates are. But even looking back at it, he always revolved around those hero plays. And I think, yeah, his teammates are doing a lot of the difficult stuff. The Sogs are going in. He's not the first one in. His Journey finds 3 kills. But it's like, this is what you have to do. Sometimes you just let the game get away from yourself. Focus on you a little bit, and you'll see it's starting to pay off.
Well, and I think if anyone can appreciate the fact that maybe he's in a, I don't know, maybe say easier position, it is Pristini. He's been in the very tough spot. He's been the entry guy, so he knows all the dirty work that's going into it to set him up for these big plays. But right now, Heretics up massively, 91-37. Simp's going to get 2, but Journey's going to call on a streak immediately behind it, which will connect with Pristini. The next push coming in, though, from eUnited. Clayster's POV, trying to hit Sukri on the edge, and he's able to take it, but 2 players coming in from mid-map, making sure the contest is still alive and well for Heretics.
Simp on the pinch. Feels like he's starting to heat on up. He's on another 2 spree. A BZ as well on that kill feed. Finally, well, I thought it was going to be a little bit control for eUnited, but Metals and Sukri fight right on back, but there we go. RC's going to line him on up. These last 20 seconds or so should go the way of eUnited. You already can see number 9 of BZ setting up towards elevator. He's trying to get 2 hills back to back, but here comes the rest of Heretics.
I think something to keep an eye on, talking about if Methods was going to be able to keep up with the pace of them. Right now he's doing it. He's at 12-9. He's having a great start to this game, but if a BZ and Simp start to turn it around, where is he sitting at the end of this game? Pristini still looking for more with the Purifier, trying to keep people at bay, but he's going to get nothing as a flak jacket, able to keep the competition alive as they push through. Abizi attempting to finesse, but Sukri will get the all clear. Into the hard point go Heretics, and a nice start to the second set of rotation.
Yeah, and I like the play from Pristini. I mean, you get that Purifier so early as he's continued to perform so well. He tries to catch them off guard, but Heretics were ready for it. But here comes Abizi and RCDs. Now the Tempest called in from Sukri. Able to connect onto 1, but that doesn't chain. It will open things up. Can't snap on the Simp. RC finds 3, or sorry, Simp finds 3 in a row, and now Pristini flipping those spawns. This is where it could get a little bit dangerous for Heretics.
Oh, this is the opposite of what we got the last time through. Is Heretics that broke into first. They got the early setup for second. Now it's eUnited that's able to do the same. So where we saw Heretics run away with it, now a chance for eUnited to make their run. They're not going to get the final 10 or so seconds. Well, they might be able to do it, actually. They're all able to clear. There's still 2 players pushing, but they've got the back. TAC 5 was used by eUnited, just lingering on a couple remaining players. Clayster with a nice one-on-one victory. They've secured the spawns, but they don't have anybody really pushed out in any sense towards mid-map or elevator to influence them anymore.
And some of those specialists starting to load on in for Heretics. You have the War Machine. You would love to use the grab slam here. Metal's having a bit of a slow game. He's been great all week for them. If you can get that grab, this is where you're going to want to use it. So the lead does change, but here comes Heretics. Sim's able to find one, double smacks. 2 players on Heretics, and that's 3 dead. Make it 4 as eUnited with a nice hold.
And he makes that look so easy. Melee's connecting on both. Simp continues to go, only 5 HP, but he makes the play. And then on the other side, there was a BZ towards elevator trying to get pressure towards next. So they get a very good hold at the tail end of first. They do a solid job at orange, but they aren't able to spawn many players of Heretics in the back. They actually do get 2 into the back. A BZ then falls off the map. Where's a BZ going to spawn? And it looks like he's just holding it for now. He's then finally going to pop. He ends up spawning at pipes because you had 2 players deep for Heretics.
Yeah, that's not where you want to spawn either, right? That is far away from balcony, and it's far away from the base, so he's trying to take his time. Simped out. He's playing for Streets, able to find that lightning, and right away he's going to call it in. He's just trying to get people on that balcony. Lucky, though, able to find 2 with the War Machine. He's got his teammates help, but Simp lines them up. He's on 10 in a row, 22 and 13. We talked about it. We knew that those 2 were going to come online at some point, and now they're here.
Now it's going to be the War Machine. He's on a bit of a tear right now. Simp connecting the streak at 11, trying to dodge, trying to finesse, but finally will fall. And yeah, he's come alive in a massive way. 23 and 14. Heretics have the hard point, but it wasn't pretty. The individual plays from Simp, a big part of why they were able to contest a bit of that time, or at least make sure Heretics weren't in the hard point, bringing this ever closer. But as this hard point comes to an end, it's just going to be a 3-point game as we get back to pipes. eUnited have both elbows pushed out, spawning out deep as Heretics, and this is everything they can want for now.
Yeah, that was a wonderful job by Abizi, just locking them towards the back of the base. I think he found 3 kills in that corner, allowed his team to set on up at this Pipes Hill. Sukri, Journey able to find some kills, plus you have Metals with that grab slam, not gonna pop it. Well, his teammates find all the kills.
Exactly, I think he was thinking about it, but then everybody ends up getting wiped, so what a brilliant break from Heretics, and now a chance to push out a lead of their own. Simp still has the Hellstorm to use. Nice movement and nice help from Sukri to bail out Metals as the push was coming in. 1 Hellstorm invested, but would actually lead to any time for eUnited? I don't think so. The final player was Pristini towards bottom ladder. He's going to end up dropping in the final 15 or so seconds to Heretics now as they retake the lead. They have, what, TAC 5 available, Grab Slam available, Purifier available. Pristini's Gunny, though, still looking good.
Yeah, Gun's lucky down right there, able to find 2 on that rotation. But when the Hellstorm comes in for eUnited at that pipe cell, just too many players went down. They didn't line up the push correctly. TAC 5 in. Journey, lucky, able to find a couple of kills. There's just 1 player left. They break on again, and you have that grab slam on Metals. You know, this is a great place to use it. You can stop 1 push in either doorway, so he's just waiting for that information.
Frag in from Pristini. Will it be enough to get them into contest? 2 players opt to slide in. It's a 3v2 favor to Heretics in this situation. They're able to come out on top. He hits the grab slam immediately. He gets streaks behind it. Brilliant play from Metals to combo the SOG into the grab slam, and now a Lightning and Hellstorm to use. And this has been so back and forth. When you talk about elevator control into orange, first they go to Heretics, then to eUnited, now it's Heretics' turn, and they're in a deadly position to take this map 1 as they got 206 points on the board.
I like that play from Metals to use that Hellstorm on rotation, able to give his teammates the numbers. You still have a couple of players here, though, from eUnited. Clayster trying to lock down the hill. Arcees connects with 2 with the Tempest, and Abizi wins a 1-on-1, so that's 4 down. They're trying to hunt Sukri in the back. He's trying to stay alive, play his life, but they're going to find him.
And look how far pushed up on the other side you have Pristini. So the spawn not very favorable for Heretics. Now they're trying to funnel in through the steps. Can Arcees connect on a shot to keep this next push at bay? Trophy out to assist. There's the first shot. That should chain. It's able to drop a second, and Clayster finishes up the kill. eUnited now making a run with 30 seconds remaining in orange. And look at the other side of the map. They've spawned them in the back. eUnited have done everything they can to make a run at the tail end of the game.
Well, now you have a decision to make, and the decision is going to be to try to contest this hill, but Simp finds 3. Arsenes is still here. That turns into streaks. Zukri has to use his Tempest. And while he only gets 1, so this is perfect for eUnited. You're able to find some more streaks on Arsenes. You still have medals with the lightning strike. They can use that to at least get on the balcony. But eUnited control the spawns, and then once again, it's Pristini who's just causing havoc.
He has 40. He is 40 and 26 through map 1. 25 more points needed for eUnited, as they're looking to deal with the pressure coming in from Heretics. They got 1 member to balcony, but it was Journey, and he's going to end up dropping. Now Purifier in from Pristini. What value can he get this time? First player cooked. Second player lit up as well. And into window he goes. To a crisp goes Heretics. Now just 9 more points needed. He's lunging into mid-map. Purifier out, but 3 do drop for eUnited. Heretics, a chance to maybe see another hard point, but they gotta hold it here.
I was gonna say, even after all those kills, they're still able to contest this for a little bit of time. Pristini once again finds 2, but it's responded by Lucky. Now in this rotation, though, it's all eUnited. You have 3 members here, 2 off spawn. Heretics are gonna have to try to fly through the middle. War Machine in from, I believe that's Lucky. Only takes down his teammate. Abizi has Grab Slam as well. Map 1 to eUnited.
A back and forth battle. Heretics play them so tough. We know the respawns haven't been their expertise out of late. They've really been doing it through the search and destroys. You saw the stat during the analysis segment with regards to their statistics between the respawn and search and destroy, but I mean, I guess I feel pretty good about how Heretics played them. They played them very tough. They had a chance to win that game. But, like, when they were up, what, 70, 80 points, Simp started slow.
Yep.
Pristini was out the gates hot. He continued throughout the course of the game. But at one point, Simp, I think, goes on 11 streak, gets streaks, start dominating the game. I didn't see what Metals finished at. I meant to take a look at that and see what he ended up going. So he's right around even. He's about 12 and 8 or so, I think, when I first pointed it out. But
Metals? Oh, Methods.
Methods, yeah. But the difference, I mean, Simp erupted. I think he was -5 or so at the point that I was talking about that, and he just absolutely went off.
Yeah, and in Metals, you know, the other SOG member for Heretics had a bit of a slow map, but that's going to happen when you have 2 players who, Simp at this point is +11, Pristini's +17. It was a very competitive game for a couple of those stats. A great game now once again from Pristini. I don't know what has changed over these last, maybe it is just him being more comfortable with the Maddox.
He's been one of the best Maddox players in the game right now. He's been incredible.
He's probably in the best form that I think we've ever seen him. Maybe IW when they won a title, but even then you had Gunless with Camo, right? Like so. But this is individually an incredible performance from him.
And you got to think, if he's playing like this, and you know the consistency you have amongst most of the players on eUnited, is this the tournament? Is this where they get the win? Let's hear what Jess said to the team before we got started, though.
Thank you, Clint. Yeah, so first up from eUnited, I did speak with their coach, Vicento. He reiterated something that Arsenes told me yesterday, which was at this point they're looking to expand their map pool. And he said that in this series versus Heretics, he goes, Heretics are a really good S&D team. I mean, so are we, but we're expecting a little bit more resistance from them on S&D than we maybe see out of some of the other teams. From Heretics, I caught up with Journey, and just first off, the vibes were so good on the team today. And the entire team was just joking and laughing while I was talking with Journey. We mostly talked about Control. He says that he's really impressed, really happy with how they've improved with Control lately, as we saw yesterday. That is the one map that they took versus Splice. So he's really thrilled that they get to play that on frequency rather once again, and he's expecting good things. I did ask him, are you scared at all facing eUnited? He goes, no, they're the ones that should be scared. So that's all I've got for now. Back on over to you, Clinton Joe.
Well, I like to hear the vibes are going good. I like to hear the confidence. But after dropping map 1, this search and destroy within this series, it's a must-win for Heretics. They've got to get this. They can say they're improving in Control all they want, but they've got to get this search and destroy victory.
Yeah, I remember the maps that, frequency and gridlock, hardpoint, that's something you see from eUnited. So I'm just thinking, where are they expanding the map pool? Is eUnited? I guess it comes into that Control where they are playing frequency. And I guess the one team where we've seen that a little bit is 100 Thieves. I think Optic tried it out once. I'm not sure, obviously, how practice has been since that point, but I think Optic lost it to, like, UYU, so I don't think that's one of the teams they're worried about. But hey, if you match up against 100 Thieves, you know frequency control might pop in.
Well, we've seen it a handful of times over the past week where it felt like there was just a stretch where we were just never seeing it.
Yep.
Like it felt like a month goes by and there was just so little frequency control.
But I mean, that happens. The start of the game, it was seaside control, and now that's really coming to fruition where we're seeing it more and more. And I think teams are like, all right, now how do we catch teams off guard?
Absolutely.
I think it's frequency, and you'll continue to see that develop. I mean, for a while, it was just gridlock. Like, how much gridlock did we see? And now teams just, testing it out.
No, very true. But it'll be gridlock search and destroy coming up next. Two of the better search and destroy teams within Division B. But only one of them is currently labeled as the best search and destroy team in Division B or in the world, and that's the side of eUnited.
Yeah, but what was it? They have Heretics has the best KD throughout these last couple of weeks, you know, in search and destroy, and it's how they've been extending series. So we'll see if Heretics, they're very confident on this map. We'll see if they can do it here.
All right, here we go. Offense first to Heretics. Looks like eUnited a bit of a blind counter as they do a 5-man stack towards B. Unfortunately for them, everybody from Heretics set up at A. So they'll get a free bomb plant down. It's now all going to be on the retake in this specific spot. That first pick, who can find it? And it looks like he's canceled it for a second, but the push hasn't developed yet. I don't think it's going to cost him.
Well, we'll see if it costs him, because that's 5 seconds that would have been off the bomb timer. See how that affects this round. Simp with the sniper rifle just has the pistol out right now, but here comes the pinch. 3 coming on through. Pristini's going to find one, but Metals and Journey take it right to him. They push out that side of the map. They knew it was a 3 versus 2. They're able to win those gunfights, so now a 1v4 for Pristini.
Pristini somehow still up. Gets 2, finally traded. Journey picks up the kill, and Heretics get the first round on the board.
But I love that from Heretics. They realize it's a 3-man flank. So what do the 3 members on the opposite side do? They actually push out, right? I mean, we saw that, you know, with, I forget who 100 Thieves went up against, but it was Slasher who got caught a couple of times waiting for that flank to come on in.
Take your numbers.
Well, yeah, Simp does it right there where he has the pistol out, switches to the sniper, misses the shot. That gives them numbers advantage.
Yeah, not an easy site to retake with the sniper, especially when they're soaring at you like that. Bit more of a, well, not much more of a split defensively. Sukri's going to be the lone man over towards A for now. He's going to back it out to small room as the rotation begins to come in. Pristini now working on the bomb plant to get this down. It's going to be a similar scenario for Heretics, but for now, at least it looks like it's going to be a 4-man hit from the back, and they're able to get the first blood. There's going to be a 1-on-1 towards mid-map. I thought for a second as Lucky started to work up. He's starting to progress through hole in the wall. What kind of timing does he get? Because look at all of eUnited. They're focused on this backside. Lucky might find an opening, but Clayster, has he done too much damage already? Now Lucky into the fray, 2 versus 1. Clayster going to be left at a 1v2. He'd need 4 kills in this round to get the clutch.
They don't know where he is. They don't know where he is. I mean, somehow he snuck back towards his side because Lucky thought that, hey, I flanked it. I checked everything through here, but Lucky, he's going to spot him once. Can he win the gunfight? Not able to do so, and that's going to be the round. Clayster clutched on up. Can he find the 4th kill?
That's a big round from Clay. 4 kills in the 1v2 clutch. And I'm just wondering how they lost him, because he gets 2 kills right in towels and somehow slips through the cracks. It's 10 seconds or so before they even find his position.
It has to be because Lucky came through the flank and they just thought like he wasn't there, so he slipped through the...
So he's got a weird timing hitting through tree. He hits through towels.
Yeah. But I mean, he found, what, 2 kills before that? Like the comm, someone's got to be watching a kill cam or something. I don't know.
It's a brilliant bit of skill from Clayster, and obviously maybe a little help on the luck side as well, but he gets the clutch. What a round, as he'll start out 4-1. All 5 here yet again from eUnited. This time they read it correctly. Do the trades go in their favor? They have 1 player to deal with in the background. They have the numbers. They just need to take down Journey before he can wrap back, and they're able to catch him. So this time, ooh, almost caught with the snipe, though. Lucky got an angle for a moment. Now Simp wants to challenge him, but Lucky's at the shot. Simp gets caught as he's pushing up, and a 4v3 for eUnited suddenly has completely flipped on its head. Pristini and Clayster, the 2 men remaining. Clayster, 5 in a row. You got to think he's thinking about streaks or another potential clutch, but he's only 230 off.
And now they're trapped back here. Sukri went all the way through the middle of the map in a 1 versus 3. They know where he is right now. Does find one. Able to slip away, but Sukri with the ICR going to clean him on up.
I thought he was going to get away again.
And that got a little scary, though, for Heretics, because what they were doing was a 2-3 split. They were going to send 3 towards that shower site and then plant on the opposite side. But because eUnited got so aggressive, they actually killed the person with the bomb, right? The guy who was carrying that bomb. That could have been a tough position. But Metals and Lucky able to, bring that back.
And Simp is having trouble getting anything going with the sniper on these defenses. Like, I feel like both times he's just been caught in such a tough spot. I mean, it's caught in little room. There, it's a guy on a heady inside a post that just rips him, which he would have to basically world star with a quick scope to find that kill. Wide in the open, no cover to work with. So, a tough start. Speaking of tough, Lucky shoots off an ankle, but thankfully for him, his teammates clean up the kill. Simp can't connect on the other end, but it's a very early 2v5 for eUnited. Great opening from Heretics.
Yeah, set up that B trap, similar to what eUnited just did. A lot of aggression, but they found it so clean. They have the bomb right where they want it to. Simp not able to connect with one, and that's just going to spark Heretics to run forward, but a team kill comes in, and somehow it's a 2 versus 3. How did that just happen?
No. Now can Simp hit a shot to even the odds? Abizi is pushed up to the truck. Trying to take a one-on-one. He's able to do just that. Now it's a 2 versus 2. And the 2 players couldn't be more split from Heretics. eUnited still have to worry about this bomb plant. They're now able to get bomb, and now Simp's trying to figure out where they're going to go. It looks like they want to wrap back through mid-map and get to A. Heretics has eyes on B bomb site, so they should be flanking directly behind this. What kind of timing do you get as you're playing this bomb? Because more than likely, Abizi is going to be in a 1 versus 2. His bomb's going down. Spots both. He needs to get one. He's able to do that. They hop off it. Simp can't connect with the pistol, and Metals able to get both as Heretics survive, nearly tossing away, what, a 5v2?
Yeah, 5 versus 2. And I like what they did. As soon as they heard Simp take a snipe, they pushed on up. This is right at the beginning of the round. But yeah, it got a little scary there. Metals is able to find the final 2 kills.
Gotta imagine.
But that's one of those rounds that's like tilt-worthy, right? Where like you just lose the map and look back at it.
If you have even had the Clayster clutch in 1v2, you would have had a 2v5. I mean, yeah, you would have been tilted off face of the earth. Yes, Joe. I know you can see me. Thank God the cameras can. I spilled half a bottle of water on my chest. I'm sure that's still going to be there when we come back next time. I'm a child.
I know.
I need one of those like bottles they have for babies.
Just not in the non-spillables?
Yeah, that's what I need. I don't know how I manage it. It's everywhere, Joe.
Yeah.
With the score, 3-1 for Heretics, as they're building this next offense. This is the first eUnited defense where we haven't seen that stack towards B. A bit more spread this time around, and Abizi able to do the damage towards top middle. Metals, though, after his big clutch, he's 150 off of streaks. He thinks he has one caught, but Simp tucked away in a pocket, able to find the kill. Method sick, last alive for the Heretics end.
Again, they throw a lot of pressure towards middle and A, and I think it's just to get them off the B bomb site so they can push on up. But I just don't like that play when you have a sniper. Why are you going top middle with a pistol? Like, try to work your pick on either of the bomb sites. Instead, just throw their lives away to Abizi, and then after that, eUnited just play their numbers, and while Methods just trying to find anything.
Win this one-on-one. Say if he wins this, Kobe over the top, kill the bomb planter.
Yeah. Well, he had a planet, so he was on offense.
Oh, God, yes. For some reason, for a second, I was thinking eUnited was. After I just said at the beginning of that round, this is the first defense that they've split. First, I was seeing in my head, like, him tossing the nade over the top, making the play. Yeah, never mind. He was in a way worse spot. Yeah. A couple of nice one-on-ones, but 1v5, not going to happen. I was just thinking about heroics, Joe.
Yeah. You were like a director of an action movie.
No,
right
literally, I'm seeing it all unfold in my mind's eye. It was just the opposite of what could actually happen. So eUnited bring it now within 1 round, and it looks like this is going to be a bloody mess inside of Towels as everybody flooding forward. Pristini has the frag grenade to work with. He's going to challenge out, get the kill. Can he get away with his life? The stun is not going to allow him to do so. How the hell does he get out of there, Joe?
How is nobody watching over that player either? I mean, you know that's a tough spot. And well, look at Simp's position. Just locking down the bomb site. They're going to rotate it. This is going to be a free plant. You're just hoping Abizi finds one on the flank. Him and Clayster. Yeah, you hear Clay. They're all here. They're all here. And while this is going to set Abizi up, at least to find 1 kill.
Just looking for a freebie. I like the trigger discipline there to make sure he gets one. Ends up getting two with the help of Pristini. Beautifully done. Not to take the shots too early and maybe make it more a mess of things. Method Sick was in a 1v5 in the last round. This time a 1v4. He will fall, but yeah, Pristini just had to drop early in the round if you're Heretics. I mean, I thought for sure once he got stunned and couldn't slide around the edge, like, oh, that's a free kill. He's gonna go
couldn't believe he actually
drop.
like slow peeked that corner when he did. He just slow peeked it. He was like, oh, he's here. How is nobody watching that doorway?
He's obviously, I mean, Pristini going for that. He's obviously got the information from his teammates, so he's clear to do it. I mean, like you said, that was a very slow, wide peek to get the kill. Just must have known his ICR and RC, somebody had the angle there.
I don't know.
So he could do that. But yeah, from the Heretics end, that's got to be a
That was a weird round, yeah.
So the 3-1 lead for Heretics, now a distant memory, as we're tied up at 3 apiece. Pristini now at 7-4 after his 43. He dropped map 1, and he was getting awfully close to streaks as well. Once again, the action to A. Arcity's the man that has to rotate across to get involved in the action. A team kill comes in, so it'll still be a 4 versus 4. Nice shot from Simp. Slide and the shot melee to pick up another. Snaps on a Method Sick as well. I think the piece of wood there made that gunfight a little bit more difficult than it needed to be, but Simp will get the final kill as eUnited once again dominate in and around the A site.
These team kills, I mean, Heretics have the numbers in the team kills. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but
his second one from Simp, though, is everything.
Yeah.
Nice little slide. Just right beautiful here.
That's a tough shot. I think Methods, too, has a SOG, right? You know, that strafe can get away from you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care what gun you have in that spot with someone sliding at you from that close. Like, that's hard to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically dead unless you get the melee in first. So I think it was Pristini who was building closest streaks. Simp in the conversation as well. They're both about a 300 off. And eUnited have now won 3 rounds in a row. They found a lot of success on this A side on offense and defense, so not shocked to see they're going back to it. They get information mid-map, and they're trying to take it back and isolate the player top, and they're able to do just that. I love that. They get the information, I believe, through a hole in the wall. Method Sick has played this position multiple rounds. They're able to isolate him and get the kill.
Now, let's see what they do with their numbers. You'll see RC's already has a lot of map position. Lucky, though. Can he find a pick, make this an even 4 versus 4? And it looks like he might. Okay, so he's just watching the flank. Thought they were going to start the rotation. Journey does find one, but he catches Clay on the flank. So 3 versus 3, but bomb being planted. This is perfect timing for Heretics to go because he's playing this bomb. Malt Metals finds 2, and Lucky finds another one. There we go. Great plays from Lucky.
And they killed
Heads-up play.
Killed both the players that were close to streaks. I think at the end of that was what? Pristini was 75 off as he pops, but fantastic job picking up the flank and trading effectively inside of showers. A much-needed round to end the streak that we saw eUnited on.
And Metals, who had a bit of a slow game 1, really stepping it up here. 9-4 from him.
That's a huge hold. You have, what, a 4v5?
Yeah. It's one of those things, like, timing-wise, if you're Clay, do you wait just 1 to 2 more seconds while that push is going on to catch them off guard? And for Pristini, was that the right time to plant it? Because as soon as he plants it, Heretics just finds the opening.
Oh, that's tough. Not only does Clayster drop, but then he gifts Lucky an ICR to work with as well, and he gets another kill. United thought they'd be a tough matchup in Search and Destroy, and so far they're showing just that. Well, Lucky get any kind of angle. It doesn't look like it. RCD's kind of playing safe, it seems. Bottom broken.
Well, he's had a couple of hit markers towards this B side. See if RC's is going to give him a shot, but it looks like RC's just going to play for information. Pristini playing top middle. But it looks like the push is going to be towards B. Both teams just sort of shouldering back and forth.
Yeah, it's like somebody make the move, and then we'll decide if we're going to rotate. Oh, there was his chance. RC's gets away into Ice Cream, and that's going to be the chance to pounce. So everyone backed out from eUnited. They'll play the 5v5 retake, but Heretics still have to try and get this bomb down. Metal's in a one-on-one against the hot hand and Bristini. He's going to back down from that fight. Bristini's still trying to work the flank. Another hit marker. That's 3 or 4 within this game. Nice cluster up top. Will give them position. Doesn't finish the kill, though. And now here goes the retake. Clayster's going to get caught. First blood, and the next 2 go to Heretics, as this looks to be a clean sweep. Arcitys falls. Method sick. Big round. Heretics now find back-to-back and 1 round away from even up this series at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and a lot of the focus for Heretics right there was towards that ice cream area. Both Clayster and I think Arcitys were just sort of wall-banging it, trying to find the kill. But yeah, that you saw Lucky watching over it with the sniper. That's when he gets the hit marker. Clay has to back on up. But when it comes to that retake, it was all Heretics. Methods, great round for him, able to find 3.
Yeah, it felt like, when we saw it from that best play, like it felt like all the pushes from eUnited looked really individual when it was slowed down. Like, it felt like they were pouncing at the same time around site, but like Clay drops, Bristini tries to pick up the trade, he falls. Abizi comes in a second later and he gets falling. It ended up actually just being kind of a bunch of like 1-on-3 fights for the United side. God, I think he hits Bristini and Abizi down to like 50 HP with the wall bang, but they'll get into sight and now working to get the plant down is Bristini.
Yeah, Sucre's just playing for information there. I mean, if you get a kill, you love that. But now the nice win by Clay, but will get cleaned up, but it finds 1. So 4 versus 4, and now eUnited knows this. They're going to try and catch Sucre off guard. It's so tough to be the man on the island, and he gets caught.
Yeah, I mean, how much Clay not only gets a kill, but he's like, guys, everyone is here, basically, right?
Lucky's going to try to defuse, but Simp just throws the cluster on it. Round 11, here we go.
Is what, 3 round 11s in a row? If you take a look at the last series.
Yep.
Well, those are both game 5, though. But yeah, we've had a lot of round 11s today. Was the game 2 a round 11 as well, or no, in the last series? I don't think it was, no.
But yeah, when it comes to this push, and those players may have to start playing even further back. But those guys on the island, the ones just watching their side, they cannot get picked. You cannot give the man advantage to the defensive team. You have to wait for your flank.
Heretics desperately need this round, need this map. eUnited heavily favored of the series. They've got to get this victory if they're going to extend this one to 4 or 5 games.
A lot of pressure through A. They might go. They might catch Heretics off guard. They are going to spot it. Well, this immediately causes a reaction towards this B side, but I think this is what eUnited wants. Arcitys tried to play a bit of a sneaky corner, but he gets out with his life.
Heretics' last offensive push, quite similar, and they found a ton of success post-plant.
Yeah, very slow, behind the lucky pick.
But it looks like they're going to bring it back to A this time around. They've got a couple players out of position for eUnited. Now they're going to come. The call's going to be in. Does Bristini get caught? He's just barely able to get away with his life. Now everybody rotating across. Bomb getting planted. Here we go. Round 11, post-plant. 5v5. And everybody from eUnited stacked. This is where Heretics have struggled in the trades. They've had so many team kills, but not this time. They are flawless. Journey and Metals line up 3. Nobody gets a kill. Journey and Metals get all 5, and it's a clean sweep to close out the round 11. A huge victory over the best search and destroy team in the game. What a showing from Heretics.
And the big thing for Heretics, we're going to a Game 3 frequency control where they looked really, really solid on it yesterday, so this should be a fun one. But when it came down to those moments, it felt like Metals was that guy time and time again finding multi-kills.
They get the victory. It'll be control up next, but yeah, it's been these respawns where Heretics have been so absolutely hit or miss. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
game fuel. Level up the game.
Hello and welcome back to the CWL Pro League. Heretics, eUnited tied up at 1 apiece. eUnited looking to show that they might be the strongest team, the best team in form heading into Anaheim. And for Heretics, I think just trying to show us that they've got what it takes for maybe another top 6 run.
I don't want any recency bias. Optic did go 7-0 as well.
True.
They did, but I mean, United have that win over 100 Thieves, which looks pretty darn impressive considering they won London. Yeah, again, for Heretics, looked great on frequency control yesterday. We heard what Jess said for United, maybe messing around with their map pool a little bit.
I swear if United get to another grand final and get second.
Well, yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah, it'd be tough. Because if it's going to happen, I mean, it's going to be Optic 100 Thieves on the other side of that stage more than likely. And that would, oof. Is this the one, Joe? Is this the one they take? All right, would you say over the last, 1,400 days since Clay won, whatever it is, somewhere in that ballpark, this is his best chance at a championship?
I don't remember all of those.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
In a while, yeah. I mean, there was a couple of moments during World War II where we thought United looked really, really good and had a chance.
It's hard to ask if that's the best chance because they've been in 2 grand finals. But, before the event. You got to feel pretty good about it. But eUnited right in to Zone A. They get it done with a quickness, and we're going to hop to an Astro Gaming listening with the Uniteds. They go for B.
Go to 6. Orange window.
I dropped down cube. There's one B. There's one B. He's probably outside.
If we get another kill, we can go to B.
There one's bottom cube or something.
If we get this second kill, go to B. Everyone go to B.
There's one our side, 100%.
Yeah, it's our side. Inner weak.
Inner?
That's not him.
Metals. He should have let you bait from me. He got me. Fuck, dude. Nice. Stay down. He's our side. Pushing. Stay down.
Coming to help you from our side?
Yeah, we're coming our side. We're on my floor. Good job. One.
No one on me.
Inner.
Push all the way out. All right, that's 2 dead, guys. 2 dead.
I'm cube right now.
Missing 3. We're missing 3.
Push all the peeking outer.
2 top mid.
2 top mid, guys. 2 top mid.
Point two.
Oh, he's on point.
Just hold, guys. Get kills. We're up 4.
Outer. She peeked me.
It's cube.
Outer again. Lucky throwing a nade. Tucker outer 2.
Go 2 middle. Yo, 1 top our cube, 1 top their cube. 2, 1 cube, 1 bottom cube. 1 bottom cube. 1 bottom cube. 1 is bottom cube.
I can't peek.
2 inner, pushing.
Metals, watch out.
There's 2 inner pushing, they're pushing out.
I'm backing up.
Helping you outer.
We need play numbers. Journey inner. 2 inner. Oh, fuck, dude.
They're pushing.
Outer.
2 inner. Pushing.
I'm
Yo, slow it down. Regroup. Good job.
Not playing high.
I needed inner.
Good pinch.
We're here. Let's slide.
I'm trying to watch the trail.
They get A with the swiftness, but still looking for the opening at B. Lucky, nice shots at range, and the rest of his teammates stepping it up. 2 will drop. That's going to be 4 down for eUnited. The last one there, number 2 on the minimap, that's going to be a BZ waiting for his teammates to come off spawn. And they had a 4-life advantage at one point. Now down 1, but the lives may not be a big deal. You just need 1 break, and it looks like they're taking their time a little bit more with this setup.
Yeah, I think they knew that Methods was in their base. They were trying to hunt him down. And, well, when you have 50 seconds to work with, only, 15 lives on each shot, maybe you can play around kills a little bit, but Metals is able to find 2. 7-3 start for him. Oh, was it Lucky? That was getting close to streaks. He's on 4 spree. See if he can find these streaks. But, yeah, I mean, they've just been dominating mid-map control. Thought it was going to be scary after they gave up that first point so quick.
Yeah, you don't see a 2-minute hold that often on 1 point with a life deficit of 4 on something like frequency. And a chance for Lucky to get some streaks, which could be massive really on either end of the map. Trophy's going to eat the stun. 7 lives left for United. Make it 5 as Lucky and Methods go big yet again. 1 last chance. Abizi coming in on the flank. They take his one-on-one, not able to finish it. The reinforcements now coming in, and Journey able to hit the snap. Journey almost gets a second as the stun comes through, but his teammate's there to pick it up. 2 players remaining in Clayster and Pristini. Now on Pristini, and he will fall. That is one hell of a hold from Heretics.
And it just, you never saw until that last point, you never saw eUnited really get past the zone towards the inner pipes of Heretics.
I mean, at the tail end there, they contested it for a moment.
Abizi one time got to the inner pipes where you're really just causing Heretics maybe to freak out a little bit, get staggered on a push, have to push from top middle. Well, that didn't happen.
I think the big thing is, let's say there were 5 pushes there. It felt like that first blood, that first pick every single time was Heretics. So they had the numbers in each of those scenarios. And a lot of times it was either, Lucky at range with the ICR a handful of times, Journey up at their face, thematics, or Metals picking one at mid-map with the Solly. Every time, it's like I feel like you need that. If you're the offense, you need to get that first kill, play behind it, and they've never had an opportunity. But now we'll see if Journey can get these streaks. That makes it a lot easier. Attack 5 called in, lightning available. This should spell success for the break, but Abizi and Simp, the Tiny Terrors get 4. The cluster from Simp reigns true. And now eUnited start to push up the map, make their presence known.
Yeah, the big thing, can you just use these streaks, efficiently?
Wow,
you find
that was a SOG.
And you find a round when behind it, Metals and Methods flying with those SOGs. Nice shots out of both of them. We'll get them on this B site. Abizi though, up top middle. Almost able to find Lucky, who was 1 HP. Metals just plays so aggressive. Will get caught. Now Sukri in this position with an ICR just trying to play his life. 2 ticks coming at the B site, but this should be an eUnited retake.
There's the retake, but now the hit on the other side.
Yeah, that was Sukri just rotated on over, and he's going to have 3 to 4 players to deal with.
Sukri's like, I'm going to try and run. Not going to be able to get out. Simp takes the gunfight, but not enough in the ICR to finish the kill. Clayster just about lines up 2, but Abizi gets in to clean up the dirty work. Massive life advantage now for eUnited. Up 8, and Heretics hasn't finished a point. But they're not out of the woods yet on a map like Frequency.
8 life advantage, though. I mean, that's a lot. Now it's 9, 10. This is going to be so difficult for Heretics to get right back into this round. They do find 3 kills, but they're going to have to capture a point. Because they don't have one, there's going to be a lot of chances for the retake to come in. They do find a good set of kills. But behind a kill, they're actually going to use a Hellstorm here, try to catch eUnited off guard. Doesn't connect with anything, but it forces eUnited to run right at the players inside this A site.
That 10 lives is now 4, and you just need 1 break. And the Lightning, where we saw eUnited not really be able to get a foothold into the point, that Lightning could be the opening where you at least get some pressure from Heretics.
You only need 1.
Clayster caught trying to push through, doesn't find the timing window he hopes for. Journey's going to use it. But his teammates are dropping around, and that's not the best time. You've got 2 down. You couldn't be worse, because now you don't have an opportunity to apply as much pressure as you would like. Up from mid-map comes Sukri. Journey does get 1, but the number's still going to be in eUnited's favor in the live department and towards the site. Metals, fantastic job finessing to try and stay alive, but the guy looking over him and Lucky is going to fall. Now this just looks terrible for Heretics in the sense that you use both of those streaks to go for the jugular, and you came up empty.
Yeah, I think you called it. Like, why are you using the Lightning?
I would have stopped as soon as my teammate dropped.
Teammates are going down. Why are you using it there? Yes, you have the ping, but you know where they're going to be in Methods. He's not going to give any progress towards the specialist of eUnited. He's just going to jump off the map.
And he was committed to it, but I don't think the second player dropped during it, but at least 1 was down, like before he called it in.
And even then, you want to get control of at least your pipes before you call that Lightning in.
Streaks are usually a little better here on defense too, right?
Yeah. But again, if you're going to use it, you want to get control of your pipes, so it forces them bottom, middle, or their pipes. That allows you to get on the point. Because they don't have their pipe side, they can't even get on the point. They can't force eUnited, to be in those positions where you don't want to be.
Basically force them into challenging the gunfights they're already in the process of challenging.
Exactly.
Like, oh, you want to funnel us where we're already standing with that.
Yeah.
1-1. Abizi, grab slam available. Gets it done with the SOG. Nice wrap around the edge, but the shot melee not going to be there for him. The trade thus far in the favor of Heretics, but Simp will even it up.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say, now you have Specialists starting to load on in. Both of the grab slams are available. War Machine out from Lucky, but RC's with the Tempest able to connect on to. This should lead to this A zone, and now RC's and Clayster, they're actually going to push towards B. Can he connect with a shot or 2? Should be a very fast round for eUnited if he does. Clay does get taken down, and behind that, RC's backs on up.
Ooh. But I think Simp and RC's both very close to picking up some streaks. Yeah, 25 off for Simp, and RC's able to get them, so you're going to have a lot of added utility to use on a map that they can be so influential unless they get used like Heretics. Now 4 streaks in for eUnited, and they're on the point. 5 life advantage over the top, and from behind still holds on to the grab slam.
You just stack it. There's 3 dead. Just stack the point. I think Abizi was trying to do that. Back on up, but Lucky, he's going to find a couple of kills. Heretics not out of this one yet. They're going to have another chance to retake it.
That slowed it down massively.
Yeah, maybe you use a grab slam here for Metals, but I'd say maybe you use a streak if you are eUnited to at least you have 4. Why not just win the round behind it?
I just don't know if they even need to.
Yeah,
That 8 life advantage, like As much as, yes, you have 4, just hold on to them. We're still early in the game. Yeah. That was an impeccable round from eUnited. Simp and Arcity's taken over. The War Machine from, well, I mean, you talk about the specialist. The War Machine gets nothing, I believe, for Heretics, and Arcity's gets just about everything out of his Tempest.
Yeah, Simp just uses his to just confirm the streaks. Now, it's just to get those streaks right there. All he needed was 1 more kill.
Well, so what? You had the Tempest gets you streaks for Arcity's, the War Machine gets you streaks for Simp. Sometimes the best way to use them.
Yeah.
I feel like this should be 2-1 Heretics, but they weren't able to take that second round.
Oh, I don't think he could grapple. I think he accidentally was targeting onto his teammate, but it doesn't matter. eUnited knows he probably has a grab slam. They play a little bit more patient, than they retake from middle.
Oh, no.
That's going to be all 5 dead, and here comes that.
This is working good. Very, very scary.
The problem is they spawn like back door of lobby, so they got right back into their lobby. Little fortunate for Heretics, but Abizi's like, I'm here now. Same with Clayster. Now you can use those streaks. The Hellstorm's coming in for Simp. And while Simp's gonna have 3-4 guys towards the back as he finds Sukri.
And if you needed any more streaks, you just got some on Clayster. Streak Central, presented by the PlayStation 4, about to be the theme of this more than likely final round.
Yeah, RC's connects with 2, and it's just gonna be, the time is gonna be the problem, plus the life advantage that you have. Clayster's still alive towards these back stairs. All the gunfights right now going to eUnited, and this is exactly what they want. Look at all those red arrows scrambling away.
This
22-9.
This is a prime example of why we said the streaks can be very, very good on defense, especially when you get a 5 down off the opening break. Now a 4-man comes in from Simp. That's what, it's got to be 12+ kills from streaks in the round. Heretics just drilled into the cement as it's 21-1. Get off the map. eUnited take you with emphasis.
Now I know yesterday they had an actual perfect round where they didn't die, but that was a pretty much, yeah, that's what happens when you have those defensive streaks. But that map to me is just round 2. I mean, if you're gonna invest in those streaks, if you are Heretics, you have to be able to close the round out. That would have put them at a 2-0 lead. They have some specialists. Maybe that doesn't lead to, you know, all the streaks for eUnited. Instead, well, eUnited rip off 3 in a row.
I think Clayster had a big play in that final round because after the first streak got called in, they all got safely in the lobby. I think 3 kills came in for Heretics. I was like, oh, this is going to fall apart. They're not going to be able to pin them like they want to. Heretics, or sorry, I think it was back steps Clay picked. He was able to get, or pushed, able to get 2 kills, backed away, gets them right back in that spawn trap. So a big moment there from Clay and eUnited.
Right, but I think it's right here where Abizi finds 2, but this is where Clayster just played his life so well, found those.
So he had help from Brasini, but yeah, so it's a combination of the grab slam and then Clayster's push.
But plus that position too, when you're at those back steps, you don't really get that back door spawn. It forces you all the way in the back. That's where those streaks really come in.
It's not for Clay in the grab slam. Heretics might survive and at least have another push, but they basically from that point on, they have no chance. Like no chance whatsoever. That could not have been a fun time for them.
No, that's why they jumped off the map.
I will decide my fate on my own terms.
I'm out. Yeah.
So what?
I think you see
Simp with 4 with the lightning right after this.
Uses like the grab slam here off spawn. They knew it was over. They absolutely knew this round was over. As Simp finds 4 kills with the lightning. I mean, it's just everything you want.
Yeah, man. I remember the first time that we realized how devastating it could be. I think it was Pittsburgh Knights back in the Pro League qualifier, and yeah, they a similar fashion dominated a round. Oh, wow, that was a very impressive win. And yeah, you mentioned the perfect control round they had. They've had some very, very dominant efforts recently in control. And that's what I think is so scary about this team, because we know their ceiling, or we know what their consistency is with search and destroy. If they have another mode, they're dominant in, or if there isn't a weakness, that's terrifying for all of the competition.
Yeah, there's really just, it's really not much of a weakness that we're seeing from this eUnited lineup right now.
I mean, yeah, it's getting to that point where, kind of like we were doing with 100 Thieves yesterday, it feels like you have to like nitpick a little bit when you're looking for issues, when you're looking for errors, but that's also when you're well on your way to a 7-0 stretch here in the league. It's difficult to find things to gripe about. I mean, you 3-0 your biggest competition in 100 Thieves. You're looking to go 7-0, heading into the biggest event so far this year.
So yeah, to answer your question, I do think this is probably Clay's best chance.
Yeah, I'm trying to think over the last like 3 years, and I think it's got it.
IW Black Ops 3, there really wasn't one.
And I know, obviously, they were in grand finals this year, but I mean, like leading into an event, leading into the event. I don't think any of us really had them in a grand final before those two in Vegas.
Well, I think Vegas.
They were one of the top 4.
Yeah,
top 4, top 5,
we heard a lot of chatter, obviously, like online.
But I wasn't as convinced as I am right now.
Yep.
Heretics need to get this if they're going to get it to a 5th map. A nice opening as they're able to get 16 points on the board, but now Pristini and the gang come soaring in, and they're able to retake control of top middle. The first hard point, I mean, it was the Pristini and Simp show. They just absolutely and utterly dominated. We'll see if they can keep it going here, as we've just been tossing back and forth between Frequency and Gridlock.
Yep, Sukri, Lucky already on this rotation. Lucky trying to get inside of boxes. As a one-on-one, he ends up Beezy. Beezy's gonna win it. The cluster. Oh, doesn't find the kill. He has flak jacket on. Clay finds the
I was about to say, when we hopped off, it was like there's 2 at his feet.
This rotation looking like it's gonna go towards the United side. But Metals and Journey are fighting on back, so this is where you want to spawn if you are Heretic.
Yeah, I mean, they've got nobody pushed up kind of past Sushi, so they're getting the close spawn. Unfortunately for Heretics, though, they're not finding any kills.
Now they're not
able to get the only one.
close.
Yeah, no. Now you can see the difference and why you were saying that was favorable. I mean, yeah, you're.
That's where you wanted to be.
Complete opposite side of the map.
Where you want to be.
And now
Yeah,
you're
it's just
setting up for next.
Do you even push this?
I would set up for next. I know it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow when there's 35 seconds remaining, but I would have just set up, because now you run the risk of maybe getting punished at the next hard point as well.
I think you try to send 1 or 2 guys, maybe they can test a little bit, but Methods and Sukri already at the nice hill, and Methods one is one-on-one, so that was a big fight. eUnited, they were going to send, knew that they were going to send one more push at it towards the front side. Now you're here if you are Heretics, and you have to be able to respond.
They pushed it quickly enough. They still have plenty of time to get the rotation in, but the first Legion swarming through for eUnited. They have a 60-point advantage. RC's trophy in to cover the backside of Showers. Nice shots with the ICR, but 3 have now dropped for eUnited. RC's trying to get away with his life, but he gets caught. So Heretics, you get the setup. Now a chance to answer and bring this game a bit closer. BZ did get a lightning.
BZ's going on a pinch. This is similar to what we see in S&D. Just trying to wait for him, and there we go. Journey, though, able to find 2 kills. Now can a BZ make the play. Simp still here with him. Just 1 player left. There we go, a BZ, that long round around all the way through overpass. Finds them the final 20 seconds in what should be a 60-point lead.
That's a big shift, right?
Yep.
40-point swing. And now as RC's wins a one-on-one, and so does Simp, you're in trouble maybe for the next hard point as well, as the 1 player inside is going to be Lucky. RC's will end up dropping to the ICR of Sukri. But there's a 3-man push at the other side. They're able to take the 3-on-1 versus Lucky. Simp is still lurking, so they've got to worry about him. Player from either side spawning out on the far side. Simp's going to start the push in. BZ's going to hit the grab slam inside. Method Sick able to take out Simp. He wins a big one-on-one that alleviates some of the pressure from the hard point and gives Heretics a chance to get set up.
Yeah, Simp was making a great play, and he was looking towards the back, but the rest of Heretics, they just pushed the hill. There was 3 members just inside the hill, and that's where they win all of the gunfights. So a good job by Heretics to say, you know what? We're not in a position to fight for the spawns. There's only 3 of us. Journey wins a couple of gunfights, gives them these, 10 to 15 seconds or so. We'll see if they can find the final 20.
He's close to streaks, too. That stun could be huge. Tries to go for the slide. He ends up hitting a bit of a crouch, but it's not going to matter. He's able to get the streaks. Something to combat what you already have on a BZ, and obviously huge as we head back to top middle in our second set of rotations, with the eUnited being there first. You got to think the Hellstorm more than likely the opener.
Yeah, you'll see number 1, that's Methods watching hole in the wall. That's one of the areas where they'll try to fall back to. It's gonna flood players right into his crosshair. He finds 1, Journey finds 3.
Doesn't get easier than that. Sweep comes in, the streaks, maybe not the most influential in a lot of the other hard points, but on this one, top middle, it's easy pickings. Shooting fish in a barrel as he lines up 3, and now the TAC 5 come in, and Journey at 14 and 8 still has the lightning to use. BZ's gonna now use his lightning, lines it up to at least shut down Lucky, kind of clears top middle. The lightning counter comes in for Journey, so all 3 streaks in the map invested here, as we have all but a tie game. as Heretics now look for a lead change.
And Heretics actually find 3 kills and push right through that spawning 3 members of eUnited on the opposite side of the map. Arcedy's now trying to play his life, maybe find a kill. Lucky though, able to stay up. Here comes the pressure. Great job playing their life. Now it's a fight towards Sushi. Sukri here in the 18.
And somehow he doesn't get either. He knocks them down, both to like 1 sliver of HP, but it's Clayster that makes the play. Clayster somehow gets 3. Clayster will end up dropping. He does all that, and he drops to a team nade of all things from Simp. And it's still a mess in and around the hard point.
Heretics still behind those streaks now with about a 30-point lead. Still 30 seconds on this hill. They have the position that they want. 1 player does get in the 18 of eUnited, but he gets taken down. RC is the last member here. And well, now you're in a tough spot because you already have a couple of players spawning towards the next hill.
And I think one of the biggest things that stands out is, well, Pristini, map 1 versus map 4. I mean, he drops a bomb map 1 right now at 8 and 16, and his counterpart on the other side in Journey is having a monster game at 19 and 8. We'll see if Pristini can pick it up throughout the remainder of this game, but the lead now up to 50 for Heretics. Arcedy's, he made the play in map 3 with the Tempest to get the streaks and start the snowball. Can he get streaks behind another Tempest? Still 7 in the chamber. Will he be able to line anything else up as eUnited try to swing the game back to their side?
Metal's able to find 1 on the Clay. That's going to spawn Clay very far out. You have this pinch being set up, but the gunfight's going the way of eUnited. Looks like Methods did find an opening. He found the opening. Arcedy's not going to win that gunfight. Somehow he slipped on through. He's still alive, but the heal doesn't go through, so he gets taken down.
Yeah, I felt like the 2 players towards the back were like focused on small room, and just no one had eyes on the big door. And he just found, yeah, great timing through. And that's enough to get him into the hard point. They got him with, what, about 25 seconds or so remaining. Lucky playing it sneaky. Clayster not able to snap. The fact that he gets 2 and then Journey bails him out with 2 more. That's a clean sweep. You have, what, 3-4 players set up there for eUnited, and this is another early setup for Heretics.
Yeah, Methods is going to get all this information that 4 players are pushing through the back. Allows Heretics to set up for it. Lucky gonna use the War Machine. Little spam, not able to find the 2nd kill, but does find 1. Plus inside, you have Metals with the grab slam. Here comes the push though from eUnited, and they are able to break on through. That's just a little too easy. You can't allow that to happen. You have eUnited exactly where you want them, and they just able to break through.
Clay literally just went vertical right over that Tempest shot, because if that connects with him, that changed to, what, 2, maybe 3? Instead, Clayster just dodges it.
I mean, this hold, if Heretics has that hold, they probably win the game. They probably put the game away. This has been about a 60-point shift.
But Clayster now, behind that play, is on a 7 streak at 25 and 16, so dodging that was huge in more ways than one, and now Clayster has the tools to get them set up at mid-map. He's going to bring the TAC-5 into play as well. Arcedy's will get into the hard point. 2 will drop. We'll see if Heretics can force this 2nd streak out of Clayster sooner than later. And he might have to do just that. He's going to end up dropping. It's Journey that takes off his head. Has not been as clean as eUnited might have hoped. The lightning is going to have to come in, so both streaks going to come into play. All 5 on the map have been used at this first hard point. eUnited down 20. And what do they have to use? Abizi getting close to a grab slam. Simp has his War Machine. And you're going to have nothing but maybe a Vision Pulse if Methods can make a run towards the tail end.
Yeah, Metals has grab. That's about it. That's the only thing that's loaded up. He's had that forever. This is going to be Abizi's 2nd one. Metals hasn't opted to use his once. On the next hill, you have Journey set up in boxes, but it's Clayster. It's Arcedy's locking down this street. They're going to find this kill. Sukri's able to win 1 as well, but Journey has to try to play his life. We'll see what he's able to do. 2 members, though, spawn right behind him. That's a bit unfortunate for him.
Yeah, I think he's hoping they're not going to get that spawn.
And just think about that swing since that break from eUnited at that Broken House Hill. It's been all eUnited since then, because that led to the streaks for Clayster. Abizi would grab, just going to use it once, and that's Metals. That's who has the grab slam. He was trying to get pushed on up, but here comes Sukri, here comes Journey, able to find 3 kills. They have to contest.
Oh, they're going to be able to do more than that. All 5 are going to get swiped out from eUnited with 30 seconds remaining. They can't quite win it, but Heretics can get darn close. And now you're in that position. Do you go for it again if you're eUnited, or you just go ahead and get set up? Metals and Lucky get kills. The push has already been staggered for eUnited. And number 9's going for it one more time. That's Pristini is trying to make a play. He can't win the one-on-one, so Journey wins a big one. That one-on-one was a difference of 12 or so seconds. So now we'll focus on the other side for the rotation, and Heretics is going to have that as well. eUnited scattered all over the map.
Yeah, they have Grab Slam as well. Here we
got
go.
War Machine from Simp.
And well, that's going to be Simp
who
gets taken down. This should be a Heretics win. A couple of players go down. Abisi, though, somehow inside, but Sukri finds 2. Map 5, here we come.
And you love to see the passion from the Heretic side. And this is exactly, I think, what we talked about before this series. Like, that is a win. If Heretics can push this to distance and show they can hang with the likes of eUnited, you feel pretty damn good about their improvements and their chances at Anaheim. And even if they lose this 5th map, I think I like a lot of what I've seen from Heretics.
And that, it could have been a lot cleaner, though, for Heretics.
Very true.
It very much could have. I mean, they have to be able to hold at that broken house just a little bit better. Method's got all the information in the world. eUnited made that a game, but Heretics going to game 5.
It's a game 5, and you've got what? eUnited, record-wise, the top team in Search and Destroy. But over the past 2 weeks, when you take a look at the overall KDs, the ones leading that matchup is Heretics. It's our 3rd game 5 up next. Map 5, map 5, map 5. That has been the theme throughout the course of the day. We were just joking that I'm pretty sure, like you and I started streaming yesterday, like 7:30 p.m. Like the matches were done at this time yesterday. Like it has been, yesterday was so quick. Today has been a lengthy one. We've had some incredible matches. And now one more doozy to include to the list before we get to our final match of the night. But I don't know who I'm taking in this.
What was the map?
It's back and forth the entire time. So back to frequency.
Frequency. All right. So I mean, for Heretics, they've shown some good things on frequency, and the way they're shooting right now, it's going to come down to those retake situations. We always know what it does on a map like frequency. Should be a good one.
That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Give me another round 11. Yeah, the other game 5s were all game 5 round 11 as well. So
that's true.
What the hell? Let's get another one added.
It's trend.
Certainly is. Just a refresher on how this series has gone. I mean, it's been a nail biter outside of really the control.
Frequency has been owned by eUnited, Gridlock owned by Heretics. So if that trend keeps up,
you feel good about eUnited.
Yeah.
Have you seen enough from Heretics within this to just feel better about their chances at Anaheim? Yeah, just playing.
Oh, at Anaheim?
Yeah.
They've always performed better here, right? I mean, obviously their last event was a top 6, but I think one of the good things for Heretics is, again, there is a lot of teams going through sort of turmoil, where I think if they've been through it all.
That is Lucky's 412th hit marker of this series.
He gets taken down.
Oh, that is
that's frustrating.
That's a tough one. Simp almost drills Sukri. Well, he got a second chance.
Wait, how did he not hit his teammate?
I don't know, and then he pistols one at top mid as well. Simp 3 in the round. And Clayster with the final one. The snipe working out well, and Lucky maybe just a sigh of frustration on the other end of the stage.
I hope this is the best play, because I really want to see. No, it's Clay. Okay, dang it. Took it away.
You damn thief, Clay.
He just I don't even know. Like, Sukri was on top of the bomb. All right.
He's a special talent.
Yeah, he split the uprights.
He did, yes. Around to eUnited. Who knows how that goes? Have we seen a sniper trade?
I don't know if we have.
I was just thinking that. Have we seen a sniper trade?
We'll say we have.
I don't think I have. Not that I can think of.
Do one of those Maven things where you make something up.
There's been 12 this year, Joe.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen it.
I thought you were going to say like 2, but you went all the way to 12.
First blood to Heretics, but it's Abizi making the play into the orange lobby. He's able to even the odds now at 4 apiece. Bomb gets planted now for Heretics. Abizi back to mid-map, takes the gunfight, gets at least one. That's all he had to do from that spot. Pressure on Simp now to hit shots with the Paladin or the Sniper, even more so as his teammate drops and he just gets out of harm's way. Arcity stunned, but not cleaned up. 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, they gotta go now. The problem is you have RCs and Simp, so you have ICR and Sniper. You don't have a SOG or a Maddox to push on up, and, well, that's what they have to run into.
So nice answer from Heretics. I mean, the game 2 is kind of a story of teams going on a run, really back and forth, similar to the overall series. Beezy gets the best plays. When he got these 2 kills, I thought that was a chance for United to get back into the round, but yeah, the remaining players in a tough spot, just based on the weaponry they had on that side of the map. Let's see if they mix things up. One difference, it looks like we won't have that sniper battle yet again towards B.
Yeah, and why would you if you're lucky? That's
yeah.
But Prestige gonna flying up, find that first blood on the Sukri. Journey. Can he find the second? Clayster's watching over his teammate, but now Metals and Lucky, they spring on out to force a 2 versus 2. There was so much pressure from the United middle of the map.
Now Bomb is down mid. RC is looking for information at the back alley. They've got to work towards Bomb. Simp has spotted one. They've got to work to get this back. They have a healthy amount of time with 40 seconds remaining, but Lucky has seized Bomb. Yeah, it's right there on the ground. He's just tucked away in this pocket. You have a cluster if you're Simp. You got the cluster. That should be it. Backs him up at least, allows him to maybe get forward and get the bomb. That's exactly what Simp's going to do, and then RC's picks one out of the window. Now it is, where do you want to plant? He's going to head back to Arcities get it down towards B. Accuracy no longer in the league, sorry, sir, as they will get this planted.
Good catch him.
Lucky
Good
clutch.
catch him with the good catch it. I don't know. That
Clutch.
might have been too far. Oh, it's able to get it.
And he's out. Just spotting. Oh, what?
Well, he's trying to stop him from planting, but there we go. So his thought process right there was, if I put a bullet into him, he'll challenge
him off,
me right away.
back down.
Yeah, he'll back down. They'll lose to time. But RC.
I was just ready for him to laser him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Simp kind of made the play with the cluster to get the bomb in the first place, but then it's the cluster from Heretics.
I almost thought he almost overshot this, the way he throws this, but it's going to be one of those thrilling best plays where we watch him input the code.
Nice 1v2 clutch, where you just have the right utility in the certain circumstance to get the W. Makes up for the frustrating opening round where you got another hit marker. Right? Returns the favor to Simp by blowing him to pieces. A more aggressive round out of eUnited, surely, since he's put away the sniper. Sog out, and he is soaring into mid.
Yeah, they're just pushing up towards his B side. This is a bit of a blind counter. Or is it Journey and Sukri are ready for it, but a stun comes through. Can he find two? He does. But Clayster does as well, so it's a 3 versus 3. These mid-round skirmishes just all over the map. But every single time, it's been even numbers on each side. Bomb being planted. Lucky pushing up with a pistol, just trying to get some information.
And he gets caught. He's trying to get back with a trade there from Metals. 2 versus 2 now. Bombs planted as eUnited try to retake. Simp's going to get him weak, but Metal's able to slide away, but he slides right into the L trigger of Varsities. They just had a 1v2 clutch. Can they get another one? This time it falls to Method Sick.
Just in the spot. All he has to do now is play time. RC's has the ICR. That's not a gunfight you want to challenge.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be perfect if you're taking that gunfight.
I'm surprised he even gave RC's a chance to look at him. Like, you just spot the bomb, you see nobody's on it, and you run away. They're still looking for you.
Well, this time in the 2v1, eUnited get it done. Clayster came up with 2 to keep this at a 3 versus 3, but once the stun came in, I thought this was disaster for eUnited. But Clay cleans it up, and they're able to follow through with the round. Any major adjustments you think needed from either side?
I think for United, they just, they took the risk towards that B side, and it paid off. I think if that stun doesn't come through against Journey, maybe it's a little bit better for Heretics. Lucky with a chance to find a pick. Not going to happen. Pristini finds 2 somehow. Pistol able to find 1, and somehow he's alive.
I thought he was going to get the melee and hit the strife shot there and get 2. That would have been nutty stuff, but Methods last alive again. Pristini finishes the round, and that'll be back-to-back for eUnited.
Well, and eUnited's just playing with aggression, right? They one offense, they just go right to the lobby of Heretics. This time, they just go right to the bottom ladder where Pristini's able to find 2 top middle. Even on that last defense, they push through the B side. So for Heretics, you have to be ready for these pushes, maybe even counteract them with some aggression of your own.
Pristini with 3 in the round, who's had really a fantastic series yet again, outside of maybe map 4. Just trying to hear what they're saying as they talk through the round. You can see just about everybody being vocal on the United end of things.
Going right back to this B hit. You have one player watching A, but here comes the pressure from Heretics. Top middle, very similar to what we saw. Lucky goes for a snipe, but the push is developing. Here comes Heretics. 3 members flying on through. Another team kill. We saw that was so prevalent in map number 2, but even after that, it's a 2v2 his Journey. He's able to find 2 kills.
The United's got bombed down right by the B site. Heretics opting to wrap it the entire way around. Pretty much the same thing coming out of United.
Good thing for Sim, too. He finds that saw after starting the round with the sniper. Sukri 0-4 right now. Method 7-4.
RCs might get caught in a 2v1. Great job sliding away, and they funnel right down to Simp. Another 2v1 situation for eUnited. Sucre at 0-4 has got to go for this. He was fists out, gets caught out, and eUnited clutch up yet again for 3 in a row.
Yeah, great read, but an awesome job by RC just to stay alive, top, middle.
Oh, yeah, but I was just looking at the minimap. Yeah, I was just there at the minimap. I thought he was caught. Like, I thought he was dead to rights.
Well, it just sets up a trap because that player was just, or Simp was just bottom ladder, waited for him, free kill. But that team kill that comes through for Heretics, that's really the difference maker. If that doesn't happen, it's a 3 versus 2 for Heretics.
Yeah, and it happens, obviously. It just feels like there's been a lot within this series, right? Two more rounds needed now for eUnited to close it out. Lucky back to the sniper. Same can be said for Simp on the other end of it. Simp has that cluster to use as well. Method's gonna be playing aggressive from the bomb. He hits everything but players, and RCD sends him into the next round.
Lucky trying to play a little bit sneaky, not able to find a kill. RC's instead finds 2. Sucre with this first one out of the game makes it 2. So I mean, 2 versus 3, it's doable.
And RC's just trying to get a little Kobe in.
Not sure,
It's
yeah.
hot.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he, bit of a overextension from RCD's. Cluster, though, that's gonna, nope, not able to find a kill, and Metals wins his one-on-one, so 2 versus 2, plus Simp has a pistol. But he's still able to get one and the second. Doesn't matter what gun he has.
Oh, with that trigger finger, he's just fine. And he gets lucky, I believe the player slides and looks left instead of right. And he gets the 2 to close it out as eUnited clutch up in the 2 versus 2.
Yeah, but Methods, if you're going to play that position, you're dead to rights after 1. But you have to get 1. You have to find 1.
Oh, no, the skyline in the background got smoked. Got absolutely smoked. The players, unfortunately, did not. And I know that can be tough because you've got 3 players running at you, trying to figure out how to shoot it, but you're setting yourself up for that exact scenario. Yep. So you've just got to hit the shots.
Yep.
Now just a round away as eUnited from closing this out and remaining perfect.
eUnited's called it, though. I mean, they have 4 in here. Now RC's is called the Lightning. This is a trap, and he's going to connect with 2. Great play call out of eUnited.
RCD finishes it, and they go a perfect 7-0. An incredibly hard-fought series on the Heretics end, really outside of the Game 5 and a couple rounds of the control, but they showed us they can hang with the best, just not sure they can beat them yet.
I mean, just some small mistakes, but that's the difference between being a good team and one of the best teams in the world.
It's usually that's consistency in those small moments, right?
Yep. I mean, yeah, they had some moments. They had a couple opportunities even in that Game 5. I think eUnited just really in those 2 versus 2s that, I mean, we had probably 3 rounds of them. I think eUnited came out on top in every single one. There was one 1v2 by Lucky, you know, with that cluster that, you know, maybe United, just some bad timing, but the cluster grenade. But every other small skirmish went the way of EU.
So how do you improve in those scenarios? When it's just chaos, right? It's just absolute chaos, and the small mistakes come in, the team kills come in. Like, how do you fix that? Just doesn't seem easy.
Yeah, it's repetitions, right?
And that's something Heretics hasn't had a lot of. I mean, in the Pro League, sure, but like their lack of quality scrims back home may be a part of why they have those small errors.
Yeah, but frequency goes the way of eUnited, right?
All 3,
Gridlock controlled by Heretics. I'd say, yeah, maybe just some map vetoes. Maybe go a little bit differently if we see this matchup later on.
Well, we're just taking a look at the final round, and it is a fantastic counter out of eUnited. They line them up, the Sogs cut them down, and RCD's lightning strike over the top. It's a, 4v1 before it feels like the round has even begun.
Yeah, I mean, you just saw, like, there was 4 to 5 rounds where eUnited just played so aggressive, right? Like, even on their defensive rounds, made all the right play calls. It's definitely one of the maps they seem comfortable on.
And I think this has been so good, too, because I guess there was part of me that worried after all the drama that went down with, like, Clay and Capital and stuff that went down with the team. Like, there was a little part of me that was worried, like, if they're losing, like, maybe some issues start to pop up. But when you get second and you're going 7-0 in the Pro League, like, winning solves issues. And, like, they're looking so strong and definitely one of the favorites for London. But we now will get to our PlayStation Instant Reaction. We've got Jess on stage.
Thank you, Clint. So before this match, when I spoke to you, you knew there was a possibility that Heretics would take you out pretty far for the S&D. But with the series overall, were you expecting it to be that close?
I was kind of expecting it to be close just because we're really trying to work on our map pools, so we're picking maps that we haven't normally played. Like, they've never played Frequency Control on LAN and Frequency S&D. So we're just trying to expand our map pool a little bit. I think that's why it was a tight series.
For that series, who was the standout player for you?
Methods is sick on the other team. He had a really good series versus us, and he's been catching a lot of flack, and he turned up today.
Finally, with the way eUnited has been performing lately, as we head into CWL Anaheim, how convinced are you of an eUnited win there?
We can't wait to get to Anaheim.
All right. Anything else to add?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, easy enough. Thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to the desk.
I can't wait to get to Anaheim.
Thank you, Jets.
I like that answer.
Yeah, that was, of course,
Methods.
Bryce, the coach of eUnited, and they did finish out their perfect 2 weeks, 7-0. So congratulations to them. Only them and Optic were the ones to do that so far. So they're looking strong going into Anaheim. But Heretics, you know what? They put up a really, really good fight, taking it to that map 5. And something you guys got to get a little bit of gas, both you, Study, and Nameless, because you guys had some stuff right on the nose about what you thought about what Heretics wouldn't be able to do and what they would be able to do against eUnited.
We're just on point. They played frequency 3 times. Obviously, the first one, it was really close. We heard Bryce in that interview. Methods of 6 really stepped up. What I was saying before that was just a solid duel between him and Metals. Unfortunately, Metals didn't start that map off really hot. Towards the end of that map, he was able to pick it up. But just the way that they were closing out those maps, they looked a lot better in every single game mode, including that control. They were up 1-0 and picked up streaks so fast. Unfortunately, they didn't use their streaks the way that eUnited used them, and that's what basically cost them that. But just overall, they definitely improved for me in this series.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was, like, they have eUnited has the best SOG duo in the game.
Yeah.
Right? And you lose all 3 frequencies, so it's going to be very tough. And, you know, what I said was before the series, they weren't going to be able to beat them in 2 searches. They weren't going to be able to beat them in 2 hardpoints.
Yep.
So they had to win the control, and they had an opportunity until eUnited caught some momentum and had one of the fastest control
That
runs
was
I've
unreal.
ever seen ever. I did think Heretics had a pretty good chance when they called in that Hellstorm and they forced eUnited all to try to get into U. But, you know, unfortunately, they were able to regain control because Heretics decided to throw their lives away right after that. And they threw that round, which I think was the key point in that map where they could have taken the wheel, and they just didn't.
So Heretics actually had a really good week to me and a really good showing against eUnited. I just hope that they go home and they don't lose confidence like they have been, or they don't go home and change like they did the last couple of times. Build off this, work with what you have, come into Anaheim strong. There's not a lot of time, but you guys they looked really good. Heretics looked really strong. A couple things go differently, and they can win that match. So if they go home, don't change their roles, please. Just build.
I don't think they will.
Please. This is
starting to
that's
get a
what you
little
said
bit
before.
better.
And they did it again.
Yeah, you know, they might blow our minds. We never know.
It's just the practice when they go back home to Europe. It's not as good. Gets in their head.
So Merck said this before they threw it over to that interview, that it seems like a lot of Heretics issues, the difference between them and EU rather, is that it's kind of those small decisions, those 1v1s, those small minor things that EU has down, whereas Heretics doesn't. So to your point, do you want to see Heretics go and focus on those small little things? Like, don't change specialists, don't change role, like, don't do big things, just focus on those little things.
Most of those are situational. So if you focus too much on those, you're probably going to get in your players' heads. You just really need to focus on setups and little things on the map. So in that last map, sometimes they had Method Sick playing on an island. Now he played a lot better this week, but you don't want to leave this guy on an island in S&D. They United saw that he was playing like that, saw that he was there, flooded him out. That's a setup issue though. That's not something that he did wrong. That's something that the team did wrong as a whole.
Yeah.
As opposed to focusing on a little situation, just focus on the team's setups and how you're going to hold in certain situations better.
And create certain rules as well. Like if Simp is sniping on A Street, don't peek him. We saw, I believe it was Journey. He wide peeks out and gets sniped by Simp after Simp already sniped over there one time.
You know he's there.
You know he's there. So 1, you probably shouldn't be peeking that versus him regardless. And 2, you definitely should not be re-peeking him. So yeah, there's just a couple rules that I think Heretics needs to set to ascend to that next level.
All right, Study, now that you've seen him in these 2 weeks and you've seen how Heretics have gone up against eUnited, obviously we all know where we place EU, so how do you feel about Heretics? Where would you put them? Still probably top 6, top 8? Like, what do you think you can see?
After that performance versus eUnited, before that I was thinking they were a top 8 team, but they played a really good series throughout that entire series. Besides the control, they just choked that. If they're able to fix that, they'd be good. But overall, I just think they're going to stay around that top 6 area, and they probably won't change because there's just too much firepower on all these other teams, and it's just going to be hard to beat those teams with the players that they have on it.
Yeah. All right, let's pull up our schedule because we have had 3 Game 5s, and we'll see if our final series of the week is another Game 5. But that, of course, you can see it. 100 Thieves and Splice going head-to-head to close things out here. But again, we are almost done with these 2 weeks. We are almost done. This is our final series before we head over to Anaheim. And if you missed it, eUnited 3-2 and Heretics to finish out their 2 weeks flawless. But coming up next, we're going to be talking about 100 Thieves versus Splice.